Hi, it's Irene Anggard Agnell, and today I'm in West Kensington. And as you maybe have seen, the UK has come out with its official inflation data, which is 3.4 CPI, and that's actually just a little bit above what is officially forecasted. But sometimes the official inflation is not actually in line with what the true inflation is. And I've been observing a website called trueflation.com, which reports independent inflation data to allow for a more realistic reporting on what happens. So in January 2023, for example, the reported inflation was at 11%, but the actual inflation, according to trueflation.com, was at 22%. That basically means that a quarter of your cash in assets is burning up per year at that level. And these figures can spike. So I think it's safe to say that, at least I believe, that the majority of the currencies around the world have a real inflation which is higher than officially reported, and it's something to certainly keep in mind. And many countries globally are experiencing very high inflation, which is really impacting their currencies. I'm sure you can think of a few, but Egypt, Nigeria, Turkey, but also my own country of birth, Sweden, has also experienced quite high inflation, at least when you compare versus a real physical asset like gold or indeed property. So according to Ray Dalio in his book, The New World Order, he makes the painful point that the teachings in history show that every currency since the beginning of time, if it's a fiat currency, i.e. it's not fixed to, for example, gold, will eventually go to zero. And so when I say that, people get very uncomfortable. But I have found that embracing this reality has actually helped me in order to protect myself and my family, indeed, for what is an inevitable currency debasement. So what I do is, first of all, I buy UK property, and UK property is a fixed asset. The second thing I do is I take a loan on the property and I fix the interest rate below the real rate of inflation for as long as the bank will possibly give. And then it's just a question of time. It's like a slow cook, where you basically see the asset increase in value while the debt reduces in value. And for example, as I've said many times before, the property prices in this area have increased over 100-fold since 1970 to this current date. And some people might say, have different reasons for what that is. But truly, a large part of it is the inflation that happened during the 1970s. And I believe, and many others believe, that we're actually heading into a very similar situation as then. So that's why, if you're interested to learn about how you can protect your assets from inflation through UK property investing or investing specifically in West London property, then get in touch or download my guide, where you'll get a lot more detail about what I've explained here and the facts and the figures, and also what you can do about it. So I hope that's been interesting for you. Thank you very much for listening, and see you soon. Bye.